The campfire crackled, sending sparks spiraling into the night. The human mercenary, Marcus Hale, sat sharpening his knife, trying to pretend he wasn't listening to the alien child across from him. She had enormous silver eyes, too big for her narrow face, and a crown of soft, feather-like fronds instead of hair. She couldn't have been more than 10 in human years, though her species matured differently. "You saved me today," she whispered, clutching her knees. No one else would have stopped the raiders. Marcus shrugged, didn't think about it much, just saw a kid in trouble. She looked at him, deadly serious. "When I grow up, I'll repay you. I'll be your bondmate. That's how it works among my people." Marcus barked a laugh. "Bondmate, huh? You're a little young for marriage proposals, kid." She tilted her head. "You don't want me?" "Not saying that," Marcus said with a grin. "Tell you what, when you're older, come find me. If you still want some grizzled human soldier hanging around, maybe I'll say yes." She nodded solemnly, like she just sealed a pact with the stars. Marcus waved it off, thinking it was only a child's fancy, nothing that would last beyond the night. But promises have a way of echoing louder than we expect. Years later, the war ended. Empires rose and crumbled, and mercenaries like Marcus drifted from one conflict to another, scarred and hollowed. His hair turned gray at the temples, his laughter rarer. He never married, never stayed anywhere long enough to build more than a roof over his head. Until one evening, on the fringe of a bustling frontier colony, he heard a voice call his name, Marcus Hale. He turned and nearly forgot to breathe. The girl he had saved years ago now stood before him, no longer small, no longer fragile. She was tall, graceful, her silver eyes glowing like moons. The feathered crown had lengthened into a shimmering mane that framed her face like a halo. She wore the ceremonial mantle of her people, embroidered with constellations in silver thread. "You?" Marcus whispered, half in disbelief. She smiled softly. "I told you I would come back. And I have grown." He staggered a step back. "I was joking. You know that, right? I wasn't serious about—" "You were," she interrupted gently. "At least serious enough to speak it. Among my people, words under starlight are sacred. A vow once spoken is bound to soul and memory." Marcus scrubbed a hand over his weathered face. "Kid. No, not a kid anymore. Look, I'm just a man who's killed too many people and slept in too many ditches. You deserve someone better." She tilted her head, just like she used to, studying him with eyes that saw far deeper than he was comfortable with. "And yet you are the one who gave water to a stranger, who carried me when I was weak, who shielded me when death closed in. I don't want better. I want you, the weight of a promise." For days, she lingered near him, patient as stone. Her name, he learned, was Serena, though the child he once carried always lingered in his mind. She walked beside him as he hunted for work, as he haggled for supplies, as he tried, unsuccessfully, to push her away. "You're wasting your time," he told her one night. "I'm twice your age, and I'm broken. I've got scars inside no healer can touch." She reached out, brushing the jagged scar across his jaw with fingertips like silk. "Scars only mean you lived. My people don't fear them. We honor them." He swallowed hard and used a tenderness. The tribe's judgment. It wasn't long before her people arrived. A procession of riders on their great striped mounts, feathers and banners trailing in the wind. They dismounted with solemn faces, their leader stepping forward. "You are the human Marcus Hale," the elder intoned. "Years ago, you saved one of ours. She has chosen you. Do you honor the vow you spoke beneath the stars?" Marcus froze. All eyes were on him. Serena's most of all. He wanted to say no. To admit it had been a careless joke, a thing spoken by a tired soldier to comfort a frightened child. But when he opened his mouth, the words refused to come. Because he remembered that night, the firelight, the seriousness in her young voice, the weight of her tiny hand clutching his sleeve. And something inside him, something he thought long dead, stirred awake. He exhaled shakily. "I don't know if I'm worthy. But yes, I spoke the words. I'll stand by them." The elder's eyes softened. "Then let it be so. She is yours and you are hers. A new beginning. The bonding ceremony was unlike anything Marcus had known. They stood beneath the twin moons. Their foreheads touching as starlight was reflected in bowls of water around them. Serenia whispered vows in her language, and though Marcus didn't know the words, he understood their weight. When his turn came, his voice cracked. I don't have pretty words. All I can promise is, I'll try. I'll protect you, stand with you, and maybe, just maybe, learn how to live again. Serenia smiled, radiant. That is enough. Years after, Marcus found himself slowly changing. He laughed more, slept sounder. The nightmares came less often when Serenia was near. She brought life into his barren world, and in return, he offered her the fierce loyalty of a man who had lost too much and finally found something worth keeping. One evening, as the sun sank behind alien mountains, she leaned against him, her feather crown glowing in the twilight. You never believed I'd come back, she murmured. No, Marcus admitted, but I'm glad you did. Then you don't regret the promise? He chuckled softly, pressing a kiss to her brow. Not for a second. The stars shimmered above, ancient witnesses to a vow once spoken in jest but fulfilled in truth. And under their light, a broken human soldier and an alien woman built a future neither had dared to dream.